Hari Om. My prostrations at the lotus feet of Guru Maharaj, Sri Swami Shivanandaji Maharaj, Gurudev Sri Swami Chidanandaji Maharaj, my humble pranams to Swami Premanandji Maharaj and the organizing team of Chidanand Katha Amritam, and all the Gurus and Guru Bhais and devotees of the Divine Life Society, Shivanand Ashram in India and abroad. My salutations to the Holy Mother Ganges and the Divine Abode of Gurudev in Uttar Kashi. This is Dr. Anil Suchak from Mumbai, India, and I am grateful for allowing me to share some incidences of my life and some experiences of my life with Sri Swami Chidanandaji Maharaj. My father, Dr. N.V. Suchak, has been associated with Shivanand Ashram ever since I recall it, 1966. He started a branch of DLS in Malad. My first darshan of Swami Chidanandaji Maharaj was in 1972. I drove him a short distance in the car when he asked me if I had the license to drive. I said, "No, Swamiji." He said, "You drive pretty well, and although well underage." So I said, "Swamiji, I have been driving since I was 15. Then he asked me, "What are you doing at the moment?" I said, "I am in Swamiji Inter Science and I am planning, if I get good marks, I would like to go into medicine, as I am quite inspired by my father, Dr. Suchak." After I finished my MBBS and then I was doing my internship and I was given a rural posting. So once I was coming back on the motorcycle, I had an accident. That was in 1978, 11th September. I was thrown away like 30 feet apart, and then I was brought to the hospital, and then I realized that there was some major problem in the abdomen, some organ had burst. They had to, as I was in shock, they had to take me on the table, operation table, with 2 surgeons and an anesthetist. They realized I had bled a lot and my blood pressure had dropped. When they opened the abdomen, the spleen had ruptured. So they removed the spleen and then the bleeding was stopped, but I had lost so much blood that they had to push 8 to 10 bottles of blood. After I recovered from the accident, I finished my post-graduation and joined the hospital. In 1983, my father passed away and we wrote a letter to Swami Chidanandaji and Swami Krishnanandji at the ashram that we would like to continue the facilities and services of Divine Life Society. We want to keep the branch active. So they had sent a blessing letter that you surely could continue your father's good work. In 1987, I had a problem with my liver because the blood transfusions which were given at the time of my accident had some viral particle and it started damaging my liver. So that was in 87 and I was advised to take complete bed rest. So I decided, why not go to ashram and stay? So in 87 we went to ashram for almost 17 days, and it was one of my most beautiful time. And when Swamiji was around in the ashram, and we used to start our routine right from early morning 4:30, and then spend the whole time in the activities of the ashram. Every day we used to get some beautiful message because Swamiji used to come early morning in the meditation time, somewhere around 6 o'clock, and give a wonderful short messages. And these are the memories which it will remain with me all my life. After that, one day Swamiji decided he had to visit one place in Haridwar, an ashram in Haridwar. So he asked us, okay, what are you doing? Are you free? So we said, yes, Swamiji. I had some 9-10 questions for Swamiji. So on a card, I wrote down all the questions. And then whenever I get an opportunity, so I will ask him. So as soon as we drove from the Rishikesh, Swamiji in 2-3 minutes, he went to sleep. And then I was waiting, and when I took half an hour when we reached Haridwar, and then Swamiji got up, and then he asked me to go and buy some book from the bookstore. In the meantime, I gave my card to Abba, and Swamiji started answering all my questions in the same sequence, 1 to 10, to Abba, and he dictated. And he says, when Anil comes, give him all my answers. So that is the way Swamiji could, read and understand our heart and soul, okay, what issues we have in our life. When Swamiji came to Mumbai for the Shibir, I remember I had asked him a question. Swamiji, I am not getting enough time for doing my sadhana, spiritual. I want to see that my spiritual progress goes well. And I need to do a lot of good things which is advised in the ashram and all. So Swamiji says, no, you don't need to do that. You are a karma yogi. You are looking after patients selflessly, and you are healing patients. And that will purify your mind. Always remember that before you see a patient, you look at the picture of God or whoever you believe in, and you say, God, you are my partner, and we treat together. So that would help me in healing the patients, and you will not believe. Lots of very serious and critical patients were revived after that. And it removed my stress of being a doctor and always worried at that time, because I took God as my partner. And that was his advice. And that helped me all throughout my life. Not only that, in certain time, I started developing the sixth sense, which we call as an intuition. And I could make out what is going to happen to this patient. Forget about the health of the patient. And I was also doing some mantra japas, and I remember the padukas of Swamiji next to my bed. It helped me for such purification. If somebody calls me on a phone, I would know that this man has called. So that is the purity I could feel and get it with Swamiji's blessings and the spiritual blessing. And in 1988, also I remember we had the opportunity to visit Maha's ashram. Swamiji used to go every year for the sadhana saptah. And one of the sadhana saptahs we were there. So we used to take Swamiji, have darshan of Ma, and also hear his discourse, and then come back with him. So it was a wonderful experience seeing Swamiji and Ma on the same stage. It was a beautiful experience. And after 6 months, I was advised to go to United Kingdom for a liver biopsy. I kept our Swamiji informed about my health condition, and then we went for the biopsy. Then the doctor called us and said that there is a damage to the liver. It was something like an early cirrhosis. And if the damage continues, it will advance in about 5 years' time. It worried me a little because I had children. For the second opinion, we flew to USA to a good center in Pittsburgh. And after taking the second opinion, we came back to India. We had informed Swamiji, we arrived in Bombay, so Swamiji said, drop your luggage and next day come to ashram. So next day we flew to Delhi and reached ashram by the night, almost like 9 o'clock or something. When we reached Guru Niwas, Swamiji, we inquired where is Swamiji. Swamiji was on the terrace, so we went to meet him, pay our respect to him, and Swamiji was walking around on the terrace, and then he took a seat on an armchair, and then we sat down and we started some prayers there. Then Swamiji said, how was the trip? So I said, Swamiji, trip was good, but I have some little anxiety and some worry which I would like to discuss with you. Swamiji said, what is the worry? I said, Swamiji, the doctors informed me that I may have a life somewhere around 5 years or so, and I need your blessings that the fear of death should go away, and I should have a good quality of life instead of quantity of life. So Swamiji started laughing. Like Swamiji was in very good mood. He says, who is the biggest doctor? The biggest doctor is God. You may go to UK, USA, and wherever, but he is the biggest doctor. I don't foresee any health issue, and you will see your son who is 6 or 7 years old becomes a surgeon, and you will see him operating. So the way he spoke to me with so much love and confidence, and he blessed us, so the fear absolutely vanished. In 1990, I remember I met Swamiji in San Diego. We were in California, and after my couple of treatments started there, the interferon. So we had visited him just to have his darshan and his blessings. Then Swamiji said, don't think your guru will change your prarabdha. But your guru promises you today that he will hold your hand through all storms in your life. So that was the blessing given by him to us, and absolutely all my life later on he carried me in his arms during my most difficult times. So that was his Guru Kripa and love on us and on our family too. From 1990 to 99, everything was fine. We were working in the hospital, the treatment was needed. And before that, Swamiji, we decided the program for change of millennium. We took the responsibility to have a global, like an international Divine Life Society conference where all members of Shivanand Parivar would come at one place. So we booked Azad Maidan, and we had invited almost 10,000 delegates. 100 saints had come. For change of millennium was 1999 and to 2000, 30th December, 31st December, 1st January and 2nd January, the change of 100-year millennium. So before that millennium program, we had worked very hard. Swami Yati Dharmanand was here with us for almost 4 to 6 months, and we decided to bring out beautiful many books of Swami Chidanandji, Swami Shivanandji, and audio cassettes, video cassettes, and it was like a factory. We were working on like 18 hours a day. And in October, we had planned to release a book before our Millennium program. And that book, as you all know, is still loved by everyone. That's Chidanand Hu. That Chidanand Hu release function, Swamiji had told me you could call Dada Vaswani for the function. So I called up Dada Vaswani, and he readily agreed to preside over that function. we decided where do we do the function. So I said, okay, we do it in some beautiful place, hall. So we thought, why not go to Hotel Leela? When we took an appointment of Captain Nair, so I asked him, Captain Nair, we would like to release a book function and we want to invite some few hundred people there. So say, where are you from? I said, we are from Divine Life Society. Who is coming for the program? So I said, Swami Chidananji Maharaj. He says, Swami Chidananji is coming himself. Yes. So he says, there will not be any charge for this function. How many people you want to invite? I said, somewhere around 700-800 people. So he gave not only the hall, but the meal and everything on the house. So he says, such a saint comes to our hotel. I will be more than happy to even request my staff to attend the function because they will learn about our Indian culture. This program went beautifully well, but he put one condition that Swami Chidananji will stay with us and my wife will cook for him. And we said absolutely fine. So Swami Chidananji stayed with them and the function went very well. It was a beautiful function. And after that we were all preparing for the Millennium Big Program, Global International Conference. It started on 30th December. 4 of us, myself, Anil Suchak, Ravi Kapoor, Nitya Prakash Rao and Ravi Sheth. We were all from Bombay. We were given the responsibility of organizing this international program. But everything under his guidance and under his blessings. The program was a very, very great success, and all those, I remember those 10,000 delegates who came were almost so much thankful and they felt so blessed. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It was like once in lifetime program. Swamiji gave a wonderful message on the night of December 31st and first morning, and that is already there when we made the CD, and you guys can also get it from the internet. The speech of Swamiji, which was beautiful. After that, somewhere around 2006 December, my health condition started deteriorating. The blood which was given in 1978, in about 26 years, it damaged my liver completely. I did not realize that it damaged to an extent that I was advised that I will need a liver transplant. If liver transplant is done, only my life would be saved. Otherwise, it's a question of 3 or 6 months. So we decided to go to Delhi because there was a good liver transplant center. My wife Abha, who offered to donate a part of her liver, because this is only the transplant organ which regenerates. It will regenerate again in Abha, and my whole liver will be removed and put her part of liver which will grow. In 1.5 months the whole liver grows. So that was we did the test of Abha in Bombay, and then we reached Delhi. When we reached to the transplant center, when they saw the reports of Abha, they were a little reluctant. They said, it will be a little difficult. I said, what happened? Dr. Gupta was the surgeon. He said, Abha has little fatty infiltration in the liver. And the person who is helping you to save your life, we cannot risk her life. So her liver at that time, the surgeon refused to remove her liver. So again there was a little setback, and we had kept Swamiji informed, and we were a little worried what to do, how to go about. In the meantime, in about next 48 hours, early morning, we were staying in Green Park, and 6:30 Swami Yati Dharmanand lands up early morning. He takes a bus on the previous night from Rishikesh and reaches early morning. So he reaches, we said, Swamiji, come. Yeah, I thought he just come to meet us. He says, Anil Bhai, I have got my blood tested and it is A positive, and I would offer to donate my organ to you, part of my organ to you, and I have taken permission from Swami Chidananji Maharaj. So I was so much emotionally this thing, with all my this thing, I do not wish to take a part of the organ from a saint whom we are supposed to look after and take care and learn from him. But he says, I want to meet your doctor. So we took him to Apollo Hospital, where Dr. Subhash Gupta met him. He was sure, because Swami Yati Dharmanand is my Guru Bhai, but he is not blood related. So the rules for the law of transplant would definitely reject him. So Dr. Gupta said that it won't be possible, but I would still give you a chance and recommend for the transplant committee to decide. The transplant committee had the interview with each person, like they called me, they called Abba, they called Swami Yati Dharmananda separately. And each individual, and you will not believe, there were deans of medical college, director of health service, the collector of Delhi, and thing which was very difficult, with Swamiji's blessings, the universe started conspiring and things were falling in places which was not expected. This was the first unrelated transplant in this country which was given the permission for this thing. So I remember they asked Swami Yati Dharmananda, you are a saint and you should not have emotions. Why are you helping Dr. Suchak? So he says, I had stayed in 1999 for 6 months and I have seen him working in the hospital and ICU. He has saved many, many lives. So if he gets an extension, he will save more lives. So that is the reason I would like to, because he says you are a saint, you cut off your connection with everybody. But that was very generous and gracious of Swami Yati Dharmananda, who offered to donate his part and go through the whole surgery. I'll remember the surgery was done on 19th February 2007. The surgery normally lasts say about 12 to 14 hours. But when they opened my abdomen, laparotomy, they had to approach the liver. And when they approached the liver, normally it takes about 1 to 2 hours. I had the previous operations, all those additions and complications, they took about 7 hours to reach the liver. And the operation, which lasts 12 to 14 hours, lasted for 22 hours. You will not believe, I was bleeding from all those operation sites, and they asked, I was on the table, they asked Abhaji to arrange for my family, to arrange for blood. All the people who were there, who had come to visit me, they donated, plus they needed additional. And automatically things were falling in place. She had done few SMSs and almost 25 bottles of blood came in that few hours. So after the surgery, I was on a ventilator for about almost 2.5 days in a quite difficult, critical condition. And when I opened my eyes, first I had to look at the watch because I was not able to see. I asked for my glasses. Then I asked for my glasses, then I turned on the little left side. I saw Swami Chidananji, Swami Shivanandji and Lord Krishna. This was the photo next to me. And the time I got conscious, I remembered my Swamiji's Guru Mantra and I started reciting that. And plus additional, I was very fond of Lord Hanuman. So I used to do Hanuman Chalisa. Every, you will not believe, that gave me so much strength, that helped me to heal myself so faster. And at the same time, I got to know from my wife that from the day of my operation till I would remain in the ICU, they had started Mahamrutyunjay Mantra, Ayushya Home, and this was the picture next to me. They started Ayushya Home, until I was out of the ICU, the mantra continued 24/7. Imagine the mantras recited in the ashram by so many people, and blessings of Swamiji under his guidance. What could go wrong? Nothing could go wrong. He gave me that strength that I would walk out of this hospital hale and hearty. I had some complications, but I went through very well. I had difficult times, but his blessings, his love was unbelievable. Abba and all these people were in touch with him, and still then I became completely discharged from the hospital and I was brought out, then I could speak to him. I still remember I used to get some prayers at Shivananda Ashram, Ahmedabad, where they used to do pujas every day and send me prasad. I also remember my hospital staff. They are my team. Part of them, they decided to walk from Suchak Hospital to Siddhivinayak Temple, barefooted, so that, my boss becomes all right. That is the way I got prayers from everywhere. And my family, Abba, Suraj, Tui, everyone was like rock pillar support to me. I had also my doctor's friends who visited from Mumbai. There were almost like 40 people a day of operation. So much love and so much blessings from everybody. And Swamiji's hand on me, nothing could go wrong. And I recovered very well. Swami Yati Dharmanand also recovered. He was discharged much before me, and he was fine in about next few months. After that, the operation I got over, I came to Mumbai city, and I decided to help people whoever needed help for transplants. And I started getting calls from different liver cirrhotic patients who needed a transplant, and I started doing free counseling for them. I started from 2007 and till now, I must have helped about 400 to 500 liver transplant patients. Not only that, but then I decided, okay, why not promote organ donation? So I started speaking on organ donation at different topics, and I would start my talk with first my gratitude to my Swamiji who saved my life. All my talk, the first line would be Swamiji, then my parents, then my family, my staff, and then I would start about the description of organ donations. So I decided to make myself fit, and in about 1 year's time, I was able to go for the 6-kilometer dream run at the Standard Chartered Marathon. I went for 7 marathons, and also I was fond of driving, and with his blessings, we went to Leh Ladakh. We almost went to the height of 18,000 feet, and I was absolutely fit and fine. My daughter, Tui Sigmund, was slightly short of breath, and I was not. I was so fit. So God has been absolutely kind on me. Swamiji, so much love and so much blessings. I have no word to describe. I may have so much experience. These are only few glimpses. I may have at least 100 to 200 experiences. One I would still mention, This was the photograph where he has kept his hand. I don't know whether you can see it. And he had blessed me, he put his hand on me. And he says, whenever, before you see a patient, take his blessings and then treat the patient. It will surely help you. And it was unbelievable help to me all my life. And I am sure and I believe that I have become a better person in the last 30 years, 35 years with his blessings. I would always be ready to help in any of the ashram activities whenever I am needed to or I am required, because Swamiji's mission is our mission. I just want to thank once again, I want to give my gratitude to Swami Premanandji and all the organizers and all the devotees who have been patient to hear my talk, and it's only from my sharing from my heart. Thank you very much. Jai Shivananda, Jai Chidananda, Jai Hind. Thank you.